Art to be printed on iPad covers needs to be prepared using the Gaphy Photoshop iPad cover template called DS iPad Cover 01.psd. This iPad template is currently only available in Photoshop format and is included in the Gaphy Photoshop Design Templates folder that can be downloaded from the Art and Information Resource Center. To open the template, I'll simply go to File, Open, and navigate to where I've saved the template. In my instance, it's on Desktop, Gaphy folder, and then Gaphy Photoshop Design Templates, and then DS iPad Cover. Click on that, I'll click Open. One of the first things that I notice is that the iPad template is not symmetrical. There's definitely some round corners, there's some sharp corners as well, and that's due to the fact that the iPad cover has a specific orientation. If I were to think of the iPad cover as a book, the bottom edge would be where the binding is, the left and right side are the top and bottom respectively, and the top edge is the opposite of the binding, the place where I grab to open the book. It is important to understand this orientation so that my designs are printed in the way that I intend them to be printed. Now that I have the orientation figured out, I'm ready to place my art. To begin, I'll click on File, Place, and navigate once again to where I keep my art. This is in the Gaphy folder. Click on Art and Dye Sub Art for dye sublimation art that I use. I'll click on my iPad and place. Once the art appears, I can either click Enter or click on this check mark to confirm the placement. I will click on the art layer, drag it below the Do Not Print layer, right click on the new art layer, and select Rasterize. At this point, I need to go to Edit and Free Transform, where this menu bar will appear at top. Click on this chain link here to constrain the proportions, and I'll click on the field box next to the W. At this point, I'm going to just hold my up arrow on my keyboard until my art that I have exceeds the green bleed layer or the green border of this template, which is a requirement of DT or dye sublimation printing. Now that it's there, I can either press enter or the check mark again to confirm the transformation. And then I need to select on the do not print layer, select the arrow to make these two layers appear, click on the bleed layer, and go over to my magic wand. If I don't see my magic wand, it's generally the fourth tool down. Just hold down on the quick selection tool and you'll see magic wand tool. I'm going to click right outside the green bleed layer at this point. And once I see the running ants running around the border of the green bleed layer, I can select on my art again and hit the delete button, which is going to trim my art to the bleed layer's boundaries. So hit delete. As you can see, my art has now been trimmed. If I take away the bleed layer, you can see that the bleed layer and my art now share a common boundary. At this point, my art's pretty much done and ready to be sent for printing. All I need to do is select this do not print layer and drag it down into the garbage. File, save as, and then navigate to a place where I'm going to be able to locate this file again. So I always just keep my stuff in my Gaphy folder, art, and I'll put it in completed art. I'm going to call this, for the naming convention, 0001 underscore iPad cover, and click save. At this point, I'm done with the preparation of my art file, and it's ready to be uploaded to the server.